It's been a few weeks since my last log. Between the moon and the terrain, the world still doesn't make sense. But at least Alice is back. And that helps a lot.
I figure the moon event just took me for a player but couldn't drop me off at spawn for whatever reason.
Ah! Where did you come from?
The door.
Oh hey, you finished the ceiling there.
It only took a minute.
Still, I just can't shake it. Something isn't right. Ah! I swear I'll put a cobble on you!
You have to catch me first. Now, there was some talk about deep slate.
Oh, you have some?
I dabble.
Oof. That's a whole lot of deep slate. Right, and while you're feeling generous, could you please... Could you please get Liara some calcite sometime? Yeah, I know you disappeared, but I still expect you to do it! Didn't even bring the right type of deep slate. I really should have tried this experiment with material I actually do need. Oh well. What is up, the world of the living? My name is Lex, and welcome back to Truly Bedrock. Friends, between the episodes, I've been walking away on the interiors of the Manor castle, and if I do say so myself, they've been coming along nicely. Last video, we did establish this secret passage into the basement, so now I've decorated the wall around it with some paintings and put a trophy case onto the wall right in front of it, which we will be talking about in just a moment. In the meantime, allow me to introduce the cat. I own a cat now. I only tamed this cat because I wanted to recreate that one meme with a woman screaming at a cat. Yeah, that one. Anywho, now I have the trophy case, and yes, that is a live Ravager behind that wall, and yes, it still can hurt you if I get up onto this shelf, which is why it actually is this tall and this unreachable. Right underneath it, you can see there's a trophy case, which, by the way, you can assemble yourself. We did something or rather like this in the last, in one of the first episodes of this season, where we were doing the shop for the pickaxes and enchanted books, and now I have brought this technology back here, which naturally allowed me to display my most prized possessions. There's Bruno's IOU, there's the random axolotl I found, no, not the one from the first episode, I actually managed to kill that one, it died in the lava. There's Alice's monitor, which, yeah, I guess this is just a trophy now, it's completely useless. And finally, there's the comment book for the season 3, which, yes, I have not written in forever. It's very unfortunate, I know. Actually, you know what? Since this system actually allows me to easily grab materials from here and deposit, other materials in their place, I should absolutely write something in it. Let's look through the comments. Let's add a new one to the mix. Alright, Easy Sai said a couple of episodes ago, get in the maid costume or I swear to God, I really shouldn't be as surprised to hear this in a slow video. Ah well. Yeah, we really never put that, that zombie into the maid costume, robbing me of an amazing zombie butler. But actually, now that we know that to pick up any armor, the zombies basically need to not be in a boat and also not be able to track a player. I guess they get embarrassed about, dressing up in front of other people. We can actually totally do that. Bam, 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 bam. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Here you go, and this is your uniform. Put it on. Yep. Looking good. Probably should have made you shoes as well. Okay, we just gotta find some place to actually put you in tiny bit later. Now, there has been a progress in this manner outside of the stuff you can instantly see, especially in this room. For example, right here, we still have the secret entrance and the secret passage which I can use to access the basement right here. But also, I can use the same secret passage to pass into this room in the left wing. Naturally, there's still a hole in the wall which kind of reveals the entire operation, but that's also not for too long. I'm already trying to figure out the interiors of the corridor and the room here itself, which, yes, the secret passage is in the closet. And yes, it is incredibly infuriating to try and right-click this door without right-clicking this armor stand instead. I have given it my sword so many times that it became a habit to just switch away from any tool while passing through here. And honestly, isn't that sad? That the secret passage is way faster than the actual one, but with you having to do the U-turn over this stairway. But speaking of stairways, I actually also went upstairs and figured myself out a way into the central tower, which if you have been watching, you know has been a headache of mine for the longest time. Look, I just genuinely had no idea how to get my infrastructure, my interiors to reach this central tower without having the player or, you know, the tenant go outside of the interiors themselves, without having to go outside into the wind. And now I finally can, and I'm super happy about it. But also on the way up there, I started 4 new rooms meant to be bedrooms. 2 of these are going to be guest bedrooms, and I'm pretty sure that those are going to be these steel ones. And another 2 are going to be my bedroom and Alice's one. Or probably the opposite way around, because I wouldn't want Alice's bedroom to have this giant, you know, chimney pipe down it. Also, one of the guest bedrooms is already occupied by JCB, because I just was able to negotiate the stolen honey blocks into her being able to crush one of my guest bedrooms every now and again. Frankly, not even the worst deal I've gotten out of this entire situation. So yeah, as you can tell, I've been basically trying to make this house into a giant hide-and-seek playground, which, now that I think about it, does sound like a good idea for us to play sometime once I'm done and also once the scoreboard updates. Like, check this out. Here's something I've came up with during a stream, thanks to an idea from I don't remember whom. You know how I have these chandeliers every now and again all around the house? Well, wouldn't it be cool if we actually connected this lever here to something or other? Now, it might be entirely too obvious, but here's the trick though. These chandeliers are all over the place. You're not gonna go around trying every single one. And you would be like, Zloy, how is that a hidden input? Like, isn't that entirely obvious and also super easy to set up? And yes, but also not as much as you would think it is. Allow me to go fetch my redstone shulker box and demonstrate it to you. So let's say we have a lever and a candle, and you'd think that all that we have to do is just draw a redstone line all the way to the door, push the lever, the door opens, we walk through. But here's the kind of like very obvious problem with that, is that once you've done that, the lever is down, and what you gonna do? How are you gonna, even if you lock the door behind you, the lever's still gonna stay down and will have to be reset somehow later. And there's not necessarily a way to actually reset a lever via the redstone. So how do we go around that? Well, we'll make it so that the open state is upwards. And you'd think that that would be like basically just a not a gate, so-called. We basically just reverse the polarity here and voila. But once again, if then the default state of the door is just open, and it's actually even worse and even sillier. What we need to do here is basically the opposite of a monostable, like a lever to button conversion, and a very tricky one at that. So the way I decided to try and do this is use a dispenser, because a dispenser will, it's actually a dropper. A dropper will not activate upon losing a redstone signal like this. A dropper will only activate upon gaining it. And since this is polarity reversed, we pull the lever up and it spits out. And if, say, we pull the lever down, nothing happens, and we have the time to kind of like shrug and give up and maybe not realize that if we just pull the lever back up, the secret entrance is actually gonna activate. Now, how does this help us? Well, well, we could potentially just put a pressure pret around here and just let whatever material despawn in 5 minutes automatically lock in the door behind us. But that's not gonna work as well, because the droppers have a limited amount of inventory, and after 64 by 9 amount of dropped materials, this thing has gone hurt a little. It's not really the best, not really reliable. We would have to refill these. We can avoid that, however, by simply attaching a comparity and a hoppy to the dropper. And if we can actually accomplish that, what will happen is we will have ourselves a redstone line that activates for a split moment as soon as the door is pulled. Check this out. Pull, plop, and the door does the flip-flop. Now all we need to do is extend this signal down there just a tiny bit, enough for the system to recognize it and let you pass through, and voila! This is still not long enough, but we can attach a longer, like, pulse extender around here, using comparators, for example, or anything else. The only problem with this entire scheme is how friggin' cumbersome it looks. And I mean, we can compact it quite a bit if we just go a little bit smarter about our redstone. I'm just honestly happy that we even were able to figure this out right here. And I would love to implement it right now. But unlike the secret entrance with the, with the fireplace, where we do have the fireplace secret entrance, but we don't have a proper secret input established. Here's we have the opposite of a problem. We have a secret input without the secret entrance. Wait a minute. Well, this was a relation. What happened here? So this is apparently how the comparator-powered pulse lengthener reacts to basically any attempt to provide a pulse not long enough for it. We'll need a pulse lengthener for a pulse lengthener. This is where we are as a society. Okay, I'm actually gonna make this candle white and not the default candle color, just because this is how I plan on actually memorizing which of the candles this is. And you'd think that it would be a no-brainer, like it's the one to the right of the actual chimney, but trust me, I'll eventually forget. I know myself. And yeah, I was able to fix the inherent issue here, and it now works just even better than it used before. Like, usually it would hold the netherrack up a little bit too long for my liking, but now it's basically instant and I'm really liking it. As you can tell, we've been actually doing quite a bit of progress on the Manor. And it's actually really reassuring, because I honestly did not ever expect it to be over and finished within our lifetimes. But all of the progress that we've been accomplishing and the fun I've been having with it has kind of convinced me that no, we are actually gonna finish the interiors by the end of the season, maybe even long before that. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. The downside of me working on it so much is that by now I'm pretty sick of this house and I want to go and get out. So yeah, let's go bother some people for the time being. Who's alphabetically first on my to prank list? Silent, T-Storm, JC... Yeah, Datcraft. I hate to say it, but Datcraft. You see, a while ago, I've built this Chicken King castle right next to Datcraft 73's little lone base. And as it turns out, the reason Datcraft 73's base is all the way out here is because he doesn't really want any solicitors. So when I've built my castle, what he did is he built this row of houses over here. Specifically so, you can't see my castle from his shoreline. He calculated the friggin' eyesight line. And you know what? I've not built this castle to not be seen. So today I figure we will be fixing that little mistake of his. And making it so that the castle is absolutely, definitely, obviously there. And yeah, if that makes him absolutely go ballistic and blow it up, I don't care, it's fine, it's just snow. This castle always was meant to be just a troll build. So I think we're gonna continue this wall all the way up here. And then we're gonna just continue it also all the way there. It's just looming over these houses. Oh my god, this is so stupid. That's over a stack in the horizontal direction, I will have you know. I will need like so much snow to actually make this happen. Good thing then that we made that snow farm for JCB. I like it when my pranks feed into one another. So from that craft's point of view, this is what it looks like. just very insistently and invasively peeking over the house line with a very distinct intent in its eyes. But naturally that's not the best part. The best part is how it looks from Pigglesworth's area. It's so dedicated! Look, the castle already was not looking like much like a chicken, it already looked more like a goose. Now it's straight up a swan, and honestly, swans are horrible, so yeah, this is on brand for them. He'll need to build quite a bit taller to get rid of this one, isn't he? So yeah, I don't want to oversell it or anything, but this just might be the funniest darn thing I've ever done. So oh my god, you keep sneaking up on me!
Well, you make it so easy.
Right, what did you bring this time?
Just wanted to hear you scream.
Right, and that's gonna be it for today's episode. Thank you everybody so much for watching. This has been ZloXP. This has been Truly Bedrock. Say bye, Alice.
Bye!
To be continued. Have a good one. Bye bye.